Are you feeling better, Maimon?
Yes, yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. No corona.
Well, when you said that, I got a little concerned.
Hmm. Just, I felt like, something like you move, you stand up, and then your head come after that, after half a second. It comes following you.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad around here. We're
Who's
putting.
this guy?
Um,
Ah, I thought it's Timmy.
oh, Steve.
Steve.
Yes. Maybe not the right Steve.
Maybe not, but
Good morning.
you recognize me.
All right.
All right. Anything else back there yet?
Nope. I seen both.
Good.
Good. As long as you got us, two I'm not too worried about. We're taping this, so.
You got something, Stephen?
Did you start recording?
Yes.
Good. Because I cannot do it, It is, you invited.
Yeah.
This-
No, we got it. We got it all under control here. Give me a couple seconds. I'm gonna we'll just see if I can round up what this here.
See what's happening in Jersey?
No.
We're kind of got away with this outside here.
Yeah. But I think they just reiterated if you're not around everybody, you don't know what they're doing.
Take some notes.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyone should be good. Folks, you make it in. Right. Just-
All happy about the,
Right. Mhm.
It's official. It's official. He's not happy. Yeah.
It's official.
I know it's official what he's got to do, but
Yeah, but it's also the thing about paying back too. It's the whole thing.
it's it's like he's almost got the same situation as Rob.
Yeah. Almost like, yeah.
Hey, you got to be on top of that.
Yeah.
If you know you're supposed to be,
You can't let it go.
you can pay me now, you can pay me later.
Mhm.
You can pay me later. It's going to be a lot more. Right, watching
Unfortunately.
that commercial, the guy in the trailer, the guy that comes out of the hood of the car commercial.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. No, I haven't.
That was like,
It's
oh,
one
that
of
was
my
super,
list.
super old. Hey, you're using this. You just thought it was free.
I don't know. You can't think that. How are you going to think that?
That's my thing. I would write a letter. I would write a letter and say, look, you weren't charging me. It's not like,
It's not his fault.
I guess,
It's really not.
but you went to the meetings, right?
I didn't go to the meetings, but I guess he did.
If you went to the meetings, you must.
How would you not know?
Right. That's not what your pants.
He forgot his belt.
No.
You need to pay it or anything, or you're just gonna.
It's a rope. No string or
So
something.
you see on the left side there, it
Yeah.
says that we're already
Yeah, it's recorded.
recording. Right. So Maimon, as soon as you're ready to start, you have in the front over here, you have Stephen.
Wait, 1 second. Hi, guys. How are you? Nice to meet you all.
You have Paul directly to my left here.
Who? What is your name?
Paul.
Paul?
Yes,
Yes,
Paul.
Paul. And John to the right here.
I can see his face, never mind.
Okay.
Just one time. Let me see you so I will understand who I'm talking with.
Here.
Hi, how you doing? Good, okay. Good luck to all of us. We are here today for basic TH training, the future machine, the Tutnauer future machine, Class B machine. Actually, this is an internal training, so not official. We can just, you can stop me anytime, ask question whenever you like. If I have the answer, very well. If not, I'm checking and coming back to you. It is new for all of us, but those who know our autoclave, so the concept at the end is the same concept. Before we will get into the machine itself, I would like to make sure we understand, the process, understanding what's the difference. Since I know that most of your market used to be a class N/S autoclave. So we are now coming to the class B autoclave, and there are advantage and disadvantage. The cycle, of course, it's much more complicated. The machine is a little bit more complicated. The cycle comes longer, etc., etc. So this is something that the customer, your customer, will have to get used to, and in order for them to get it, and accept this difference, those difference, it is good to know and understand the background, the history, or the difference between these classes of autoclaves. Okay. So we start with the presentation. This is the machine. You probably already saw it. Okay, I have to share it with you. 1 minute. 1 minute. Jerry, did you get this presentation already?
I may have, but I think it was a little different.
Anyway, I'm starting, just to make sure, I'm starting from the very beginning, everything, from the basic.
Okay.
I will step to this one. If you know how the class S cycle looks like, we are filling water into the machine. Our EKA, our Easy Plus, Easy, the M, MK, all those class N and S models, we are just filling water into the machine, the chamber, and then starting eating up, skipping all these pre-vacuum stage that we will come to it soon. Eating up, reaching the sterilization temperature, and at the end of this sterilization temperature, we set the time. We are exhausting the pressure just as is, fast exhaust, draining all out back into the tank, and going for an drying stage, which is just by aeration. When we are talking about a Class B model, there are two conditions. Class B is related and defined in the EN 13060, which is the European standard. Soon it will take place in the American standard because they are following the same concept. So what is this Class B model, and what's the difference, Class B process, and what's the difference between this process to the Class N/S process? There are two conditions in order to comply with Class B. In order to comply with Class B, and Class B is a process, not a machine, because you may have a machine which is Class B and still running Class N or S model cycles in this Class B machine, so-called. So the Class B is the process. And in order to comply with this process, which we are calling him class B, there are two conditions. First condition is being able to remove more than 99% of the air at the beginning of the cycle. Just for your information, the machine we know until now, except to the Elara, which is class B, yes, I'm talking about all the Easy and MK models. Those machines which are gravity model, we are able to remove between 90 to 95% of the air. It means we stayed with 5 to 10% of air inside the chamber at the beginning of the sterilization stage. Is that clear? So when we come to the class B cycle, we are looking to get free of more than 99% of this air. In order for that, we can't use the gravity, the regular gravity we know, the air jet or the top exhaust, which is releasing by pulses the air. We have to take action. And this is the first condition, removing more than 99%. The second condition, in order to comply with this class B process, is being able to dry for 99%. What's the meaning of dry for 99%? It means if I'm placing into the chamber 1 kg, okay, 1,000 gram, I'm using the European measurement unit, or in your case, it's, I don't know, pound or whatever it is. Yeah? What? 1,000 gram, 1 kg. At the beginning, I'm loading the chamber with a load of 1 kg, which is 1,000 gram. At the end of the cycle, I will check the weight, and I will find out that there is something extra. Of course, there is. This extra, up to 1%, it means up to 1,010 grams, it is acceptable. It means it is dry. If I will find out that at the end of the cycle, the load weight is more than 1,010 grams for a 1,000 grams load, it means that it's more than 1%. More than 1% is not acceptable, and we are not complying with the second condition. Less than that, we comply. In a one condition, these up to 1% extra weight, which is probably water. It's not a baby that grow there. It's a water. It's a condensation. It must be invisible. It means split all over. Because then when we are taking out the load, it gets dry, vaporized. Okay? So these are the two conditions. One, being able to remove 99% of the air at the beginning of the cycle. This is in order to get confirm a penetration to the hollows, tubes, packages, and pieces, all those advantage. And once we are confirming that we remove more than 99%, I am sure that once I start feeling steam into the chamber, I will just get an effective, and I will confirm the penetration deeper inside the tube or the load. Okay? And then the second reason why, the second condition why we need it, the drying. Since we are talking about packages, we are loading, the load is packed. Once the load is packed, the meaning is that we are not planning to use it immediately, the load. Because if I plan to use the load immediately, then I don't have to pack it. I'm just sterilizing it and just into the operating room or whatever it is and start using it, right? Let me introduce Asaf. You know Asaf?
Yes. Asaf. Asaf.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you there. Enjoying the training so far?
Actually, yes, it's been very informative.
Excellent. Okay. Maimon is doing a good job.
We just started.
Are you recording, Maimon?
He is recording because
Okay.
he invited the
Excellent. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Okay. Can you see the graph?
So far, yes.
So, I said the second condition why we need it, why it is so important to dry it and make sure that we are drying for 99%. The reason is that we are planning to store this load. It is packed, and then we are planning to use it not right now, but in the future, maybe in few hours, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe 6 months. So there are conditions how to load, how to pack, and etc. etc. It's not our business. What we have to confirm is that inside this package, we will avoid one of the three conditions of life. Conditions of life are water, food, and air. If there is a lady around, that's good, but it will not kill you without it. So we are looking to get free of one of these three conditions of life in order to avoid this multiplication. So food inside this package, we have a lot of food. What is the food? The air contains a lot of food. All those microorganisms which is dying there, bodies, billions of bodies, this is food. Air is there. We will avoid the water. We will dry the package. So then, in that case, inside this package, there is air. There is a sterile load. There is air. There is food, but there is no water. Means no contamination. The microorganism, it's alive. Same like a big elephant or me and you or a small microorganism. So without water, no life. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Good. So this is why we are looking for the drying, which we used to use in your regular machine, the Easy and the MK, by an aeration pump. And by the way, this EKA or this Easy Plus, it is categorized under the class S since it comply with one of the two conditions. It's comply with the drying condition. It is drying more than 99%, while the MK, you have to open the door before you start drying. Once you open the door, then this is where we start counting. This is where we test the load. And if it's wet at the moment that we open the door, then it's not complying with the condition. This is the difference between the MK to the EKA or the Easy Plus, which is giving us an effective drying for more than 99% and complying with one of those two conditions that I mentioned at the beginning. Condition one, air removal. We are not able to remove because it's a gravity, and we remove between 90 to 95%. It means we stayed with 5 to 10% of air. So we are not complying in this class S, Easy Plus. And when we come to the drying, yes, we comply. So one of the two conditions is okay, confirmed. That's why we are categorizing it as a class S. Questions to this moment?
No, actually, it's very informative. Thank you.
Okay. Now, theoretically, we said we have to remove more than 99% of air from the chamber. Okay, I will move from here to the theoretically, we said that we have to remove 90. So it was very easy for us if I take a very aggressive, strong vacuum pump and just suck in one the all air from the chamber. So once we close the door, at this moment we have 100% of air inside the chamber, correct? I have to get free of 99. So I can take a pump and just suck 99% out. And then in one pulse, let's say from 0 inch mercury, like you use, down there to less than 27 or more than 27, it means I removed 99%, correct? And then I'm okay. But in order for that, I need a very big vacuum pump and very expensive vacuum pump, which cannot fit this small machine. So no deal. We have to look for a solution. We will go for the second level vacuum pump where they are able to remove without any problem 80% of the load, of the air, sorry. So then every simple pump, not simple, but the one we are using, the membrane, because don't forget that this is a plug and play machine. You can't use the type of water ring vacuum pump or etc. like the HSG, if you know, or the bigger model. This is very difficult, this is the different concept of vacuum pump, which is using a lot of water, utilities, then no deal. So we are going for an air vacuum pump, membranes. It's membranes. So they are much more delicate, sensitive, and we have to trade them in a way. So, and also they are not able to remove and to reach such a deep vacuum as we need, 99% and more than 99% remove. So we are doing it by step. We will remove 80%. Imagine a room. Gentlemen, I'm sorry, maybe you all you know all this, so just let me know. If I'm boring you, I can skip and move on. I don't want you to feel that like I'm a teacher and I know you have experience and everything, but we decided to go for the basic A to Z. So
No,
if you feel...
keep going the way you're going. Definitely do. Because I have a couple of new guys that are with me that have been here about a couple of years. So
Perfect.
information to them is good.
Perfect. Okay, so imagine a room full of ping pong balls. At the beginning, if I let you get into this room and collect those ping pong balls, whenever you put your hands, you get ping pong balls. Easy for you. Once you start getting free space in the room, the rest of the ping pong balls, which are defining the molecules of the air, they are not stable. They are energized. They are moving around. So then it's much more difficult to get them. Okay? So at the first 80%, it was easy for me. I managed. I took them out. I stayed with 20%. So what I will do, now I have 20% of ping pong balls running in this room and difficult for me to catch them. So I will fill something into this room to be together with the ping pong balls. I will fill, I don't know, steaks. I will fill vodka, whatever you like, something, or steam. Steam, for example, comes to the room, and then I will get a package, a mix of 80% of this vodka or whiskey or steam, together with those 20% of molecules of air that stay there, right? Good. Now it's easy for the vacuum pump again to get 80% because there is something, there are molecules. The vacuum pump don't care if it is a whiskey, cognac, vodka, steam or air. It's molecules. So it will get 80% of this mix. It means that after the second pulse, we went down to 20 from we removed 80% from let's say 20%. How much is it? 20%. It comes to be like 26 approximately. Yeah, like around 27. And then at this moment, actually we stayed with 20% of the 20% of air that were in the chamber, right? At the first pass we stayed with 20. Now we removed 80% from this mix. So we removed 80% of the steam and 80% of those 20% of air. So after the second pulse, we stayed with 4%, correct?
Right.
10% of 20 is 2.
Mhm.
20% of 20 is 4.
Right.
I stayed with 20% of the 20. And this is 4. Still not sufficient because the standard said we need 4. More than 99% removed. It means we are now 96. We have still 4%. And again, same concept. I take these 4% of air, molecules of air, or ping pong balls, which are in the room, and I will feel steam again. So I have a mix of 96% of steam, 4% of air. And then from this mix, it is split everywhere, right?
Right.
I will take again, remove again 80% of this mix. So after the third pulse, actually, I stayed with 0.8% of air. Why? Because 10% of 4 is 0.4. 20% of 4 is 0.8. So the standard will ask you, the regulation in Europe, they are not, it's a bit different than USA. They would like to also understand the concept and accept it. Means, in USA, we are always checking empirically. You're saying that this is a machine, this machine is a black box, it's doing X, Y, Z, prove me. This can do pancake very well. You place there and you get a pancake. Good, good, not good, not good. What is doing inside, I don't care. In Europe, no. Show me and why and how you explain and what happened to the flour and this and that and that. They want to understand the process. So mathematically, we have to approve mathematically, and this is the mathematical approval that we are removing 80%, then another 80%, another 80%. We stayed with 0.8% of the air inside the chamber. It means less than 1%, 0.8. And then we are ready to feel the steam. Once we are feeling the steam, this steam, he don't have to push himself to reach points or places in the chamber or inside the load. It will just get sucked into it because there is a vacuum there. It's there, empty, no air. And this is how we reach this requested or wished penetration of reaching every point. Because at the end, gentlemen, the microorganism, they like to stay in the most wet and dark places. It's the same like us,
We better shut that door.
I hope there is no lady there.
Fortunately, you're okay until about half hour from now. The rest can start showing up.
Questions to this point, gentlemen?
Spiders.
No, I think it's good.
Okay. So this is what we see here. You see the pulses? Can you see the graph?
Yep, we can see it.
So you see, you have to understand, this is the graph which is by kPa, kilopascal. 100 kPa is the your zero or 0 psi G, okay?
Right.
And this is like the 0 psi A or 30-inch mercury. This is 0-inch mercury and 0 psi G. So we start from here, we go down like 20%, remove 80%. Now the reason you see this one, you will later on will understand it because our steam generator, our vaporizer function. So you will see why it's looked like this. It's not like we are removing and removing. It's like it's done like the espresso machine. I will explain later on. Okay, so this is the first pulse. Then we mix it with steam to the 100, you see, to the atmospheric pressure. And then again, down, removing 80%. And then again, one pulse. This is a bit higher in order to help for the, it start eating up the load because you have to understand there are differences between loads. One load, it may be the weight is 100 gram, and the other one is 500 grams, the bigger one. So they will not reach the temperature at the same time. So what we're trying to do in order to get all of them coming to sterilization at the same time, it's like this pulse. The reason we are going up above is to help this eating of the load and getting like a speed here when you go for the third time downstairs to reaching the third pulse. Because at the end, this vacuum pump, as I said, it's a sensitive one because it's a membrane. So you have to be very sensitive, delicate with it. Up to this point, you see my pointer, my mouse?
Yes.
Up to this point, we call this stage the air removal stage. Once we completed the air removal, we finish with that. We start with the second stage, which is the eating stage. Eating stage, we start eating up to the sterilization temperature, which is in that case, 275 or whatever it is, or 250 Fahrenheit. Of course, how it is done, we have the steam generator / vaporizer. We are pulsing small bubbles of water into a very hot place, and then it gets vaporized, expand, and just come to be steam and come into the chamber. Then once we reach the temperature and the pressure, of course, we keep the sterilization, keep the time, holding time, the plateau. Once we finish, there is a fast exhaust. We are opening a fast exhaust. It's, as I said, the pump is quite delicate, so we are not exhausting via the pump, but in a different, from the bottom, in a different line, back into, excuse me 1 minute. אני באמצע קונפרנס, לא עכשיו עדן, ביי. So we are releasing from the bottom in order to get free of all the condensation. While we reach the 100 kPa here, this point, you see the small gap here. Then we are closing the bottom exhaust line, fast exhaust, and starting with the vacuum system, which is from the top. The reason it is from the top, it's for making sure that we are just getting free only from the gas. I would like to get free. I don't want to get condensation or water to the vacuum pump, because the vacuum pump is a membrane, it's hydrophobic. So we are creating this vacuum, and here the pulses you see is a concept that can be configured, depend to the load. We will speak about it at the end of the, if we have time and if you are interested, just to define or to configure the right cycle or the right program for the right load or customer. And at the end, we are filling the air back into the chamber in order to break the vacuum. In the front of it, sorry, here there is a filter. Can you see? You will see it later on. You just take it out, remove. This is for replacing, but from here, the air comes into the chamber. Why it is so important to have an air filter? Anyway, we are opening the door. At the end of this air inlet, I'm opening the door and this load gets exposed to the ambient air. So why we need this filter? We need this filter because at the moment that we start filling the air into the chamber, what we have in the load is a vacuum, right? And the air which is coming into the chamber comes into the chamber and also to the inside of the load. Okay? Once we get balance with the air, and the air inside the chamber is similar to the air inside the package, because they are together, and then also the ambient, same pressure. So once you open the door, There is no transportation or movement of air from inside of the package to the outside of the package. Questions to this point?
Nope.
No.
Good. Uh, let's have a look to the machine, how it looks like from the piping point of view. Do you see the piping diagram?
It's not up yet. It'll be up in a second. It always takes a few seconds for it to go on.
Did you get it?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we see here in the side, the left side, this is optional. This is an option we are providing. It's in the back of the autoclave. There is an option to automatic fill water and drain.
Right.
Okay, so instead of all the time filling water into the chamber, to the water tank at the top, it is an option that you can connect it to the RO water slash distilled water slash demineralized free water. Then it will automatically fill the water and keep the tank all the time in a position with a sufficient level of water for running the most complicated cycle we are using. And you will see when I say most complicated, it means which are using much more water than other cycle. This is the chamber.
Unfortunately,
There are two tanks. Sorry?
what you're trying to show us hasn't come up.
Nope, didn't get up yet.
We don't see the diagram.
You don't see?
No, we don't see.
Nope.
Okay, 1 second. Oh. 1 second.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes?
Hmm?
Okay. So this is the piping diagram. Here, what I spoke before, what I said before regarding the automatic water inlet. Optional. There is a float switch, another float switch here, and a solenoid valve, and then by the level here, if it feels that there is no water, this one get open and automatically water fill into the tank. There is a chamber, and two water tanks.
Right.
They are together in the top, but they are two. It's a one piece, okay, plastic, but there are two tanks actually. One is the mineral free or the clean, the water we are using for generating the steam. The other one is the waste tank, which can be also get connected from the back directly to the drain by using this, 1 second, this one. Okay, you see?
Right.
No, you can see now, you can see.
Yeah, we can-
I'll show you it later. Okay, I don't need to move out. So, one tank, mineral free water, waste tank, steam, the chamber itself. We have the steam generator slash vaporizer, where we're generating the steam to fill it into the chamber. You will soon see how it works exactly. And we have the vacuum system in the top with his own chiller, heat exchanger. Here you can see the air filter. So once we start the cycle, what happens is vacuum pump starts running, chiller starts running, this valve, the 52 valve, get open. So we get a flow, a suction from here all the way via the pump into the waste tank. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And in the meantime, the pressure transducer, 4 to 20 milliamp linear, it's if you are familiar with the Easy Plus, so you are using the same pressure transducer. It's 4 to 20 linear, which is referring a pressure of 0 to 400 kPa. Means, you know, and it's linear. Means if we are in atmospheric pressure in the sea level, where the atmospheric pressure is 100 kPa, at this point, we will get 8 milliampere running in this, between this wire, two wires of this pressure transducer that goes to the controller. Okay, a circulation, electrical circulation of two wires. And this is how we are getting here. It's connected with a pipe here, and it's sensing the pressure inside the chamber. By this device, the pressure transducer is translating the pressure. By the pressure is feeling, it will decide what will be the current which is moving around between these two wires and the controller. So in every single point and moment, controller knows what is the pressure by the current that is seeing in this wire. We have also the safety valve to protect. So once the vacuum pump starts running, again from here, this valve gets open, chiller starts running to cool down, and vacuum pump straight into the water tank, the waste tank. Pressure goes down and down and down to the point we set. We set 20 kPa, it means 24 inch or whatever it is. Done. It reached, the pump stop, the chiller stop. Not sure that the pump is stopped. Maybe that will keep running, but this is a concept. Forget it, you know, it's not so relevant for now. There are two way of thinking, but it comes out of game for this point. Once it reach, the valve gets closed. So either it is running and this one is the two of them running, it's not matter. Why? Because the valve is closed. And now what we are looking for is for steam coming into the chamber, correct? Yeah. Then at this point, the water from here via the famous Ulka pump and this solenoid valve start pulsing. Imagine the concept is imagine the same concept like espresso machine, different way of thinking, but this is the concept. And then it comes to this part, which we will see later on, the vaporizer, the steam generator, which is a coil surrounding three heaters in a very big piece of aluminum, which is observing a lot of energy. And this way, any bubble of water which comes into this coil and start moving there, because don't forget that we have vacuum inside the chamber. Remember, we are now after the third pulse, and we are deep down there. So this water, this bubble of water which came here, get vaporized, get converted to be steam, and then into the chamber. Another bubble, another pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. This way, we're getting this climbing up of the pressure and the temperature, of course. But for now, we are interested about the pressure because we are now removing the air. And once we reach the 100 kPa or the atmospheric pressure, again, this valve gets stopped, the pump stop, it's not running anymore. And now we are starting again with the vacuum. This valve gets open, chiller starts running, and vacuum pump into the reaching the pressure that the vacuum, requested vacuum, the 20 kPa or the 24-inch mercury. And again, same concept, opening the valve, stopping the pump, stop chiller, close valve, and operating pump by pulses, this valve, pack, every pulse. This time you saw that the pressure went above 100 kPa, about atmospheric pressure. It reached the atmospheric pressure and keep going up. Then it reached the pressure we set, because it's a value, all our parameters we will see later on. And once it reached the pressure, for example, in PSI, like 10 PSIG, okay? And then it stopped. This one get closed, the pump stop. Now we will not go for the vacuum directly. Since there is pressure inside the chamber, before I will start, I don't want the steam. All the pressure here comes via the pump to the waste. I will affect the pump. So first I open this valve, the fast exhaust. All pressure comes out from here through a coil to get cold. They get converted, same concept like the EKA or the Easy Plus. Once we reach the atmospheric pressure, because the pressure went down from the 9 or 10 psi down there to 0 psig, now we will start with the third pulse, vacuum pulse. So again, we are closing this valve and then starting from here. This valve get open, chiller, vacuum pump, down there into the waste tank. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. This is how we create the pulses.
Okay.
Once the third pulse get completed, again, starting with here, the mineral-free water comes via the Ulka solenoid valve, vaporizer, and start pulsing, okay? Pulsing and pulsing, like here, up. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. May I make it bigger a little bit? Okay, and then sterilization time started, counting the sterilization time, and again, at the end of the sterilization, we are opening this valve because before we start with the vacuum for drying, we would like to get free of all the steam, remember, right? So all the pressure, all the steam, this one get open from the bottom, all the condensation, if there is a condensation, water comes from here, get cold, condensed and cold, converts to be water in the waste tank. Once we reach the atmospheric pressure, a bit above, this one get closed, and again we start with the drying stage. Drying stage means vacuum. This one get open, this, and this, and this. You understand why we use vacuum for drying?
Yes.
The new guys understand?
Yeah, you're pulling all the moisture out, so it's with the negative pressures so that you get a drier load.
Yes. Because there is a confuse that people think that we are sucking, 1 second. Suppose that I connected to this one here, a suction, a
Right.
vacuum. So what will happen? I will take this one, this water, and I'm just connecting to a vacuum pump, and the pump is running. So what do you think will happen? I will suck the water?
And the air. You draw
The
the air
water, the
around.
vacuum is only for gas. I
Okay.
suck here, nothing happened to the water. The
Okay.
water stay here, but what happened is I get a deep vacuum at this area, low vacuum. Since there is a low vacuum, and we know that the pressure affected the boiling temperature. As much as the pressure is lower, the boiling temperature comes lower and lower and lower.
Right.
If water boiled in sea level at 100 Celsius degree, which is 2012, how much it is?
It's 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
212?
212.
212. So if I'm climbing up to the Himalaya, the water will boil at 212? No, much, much lower, maybe at 150.
Right.
Maybe 120. So since I created here vacuum, I simulated like I'm in the Himalaya. The pressure is lower. As much as the pressure is lower, as much as the boiling temperature goes down. So this, by creating the vacuum, helping with the heaters around the chamber,
Right.
keeping the ambient inside the temperature inside the chamber a bit higher than the boiling temperature in compared to the pressure that we have there. We have a low pressure, so the boiling temperature is much lower, and the boiling temperature is lower than the, how to say, the temperature inside the chamber is higher than the boiling temperature.
Right.
So then the water, the humidity, if there is a package, I'm creating vacuum. There is a package. Okay, what happened to this package? What will happen to it? This is a package. There is inside something. Okay, what will happen to this package? If I create vacuum inside the chamber, it will expand, compare what?
Well, it's gonna shrink.
Shrink. I think opposite. I think it will expand.
Okay.
It will come, it will inflate. Why inflate? Because outside the package in the chamber, there is vacuum, low pressure. Inside the package, there is the atmospheric pressure, the 100 kPa. So
Right.
inside the pressure is higher. So it get inflate.
Okay.
Once it get inflate, expand, it comes like a net. The part of the paper part, it comes like a net. And since the air inside, the pressure is higher, the air will go out. The steam, the vapor. And why it comes steam? Because the water get boiled.
Right.
Because of the low temperature. So the boiling temperature reduced. So I got boiling water, the humidity, the moisture inside get boiled much before the 212 degree. And because they boiled, they expanded the package.
Right.
And once they expand the package, it comes like a net. And once it comes like a net, this steam, this water that came to be steam, just moving out as a gas out of the package. It comes to the chamber. The chamber, we have the vacuum pump. Vacuum pump know to treat and handle gas. Since it comes out as gas, it gets sucked out. This is how we dry. Why I'm saying that? Because in the graph you saw that there are like pulses.
Right.
If you remember, we saw here.
It's like the little jagged edges.
Yeah. You see this one here?
Mhm.
See it?
Yep.
So there are pulses. Why? Sometimes if we are using synthetic material, when we pack in synthetic, it comes to be very important. You have to understand, we were used to use the class S. In the class S, if it's not dry, you leave it a little bit with the open door and all good. It's not working anymore, gentlemen. If we're following the standard and keeping the class B standard by the EN 13060, then it has to come out by the rules, 99% dry. That's why we have to find solutions for many type of packing material. For example, the polypropylene. Someone used polypropylene, then in the world they start using more and more. This is a synthetic material. Synthetic material, it's not observing. You know, if I take some water here from here, okay, example, okay, how it works this shit. If I take some water from here and I press here, what happened? It gets, the pepper observed it. So it means it split it to small molecules of water. But if I take the same water here, it stayed big bubbles, right? So it's very difficult to dry it. That's why, and it will stay there. That's why we're using these pulses. Why we use these pulses? One, to transfer energy from the wall, because once new air is coming, air is a dry air. Outside in the room, in the clinic, there is a maybe 20% of humidity, air condition, it's dry air. Fresh, cold air coming into the chamber, observing the ambient, which is 99% of humidity. The chamber is full of humidity after the cycle. This air, dry air, observe, then it goes out, kicked out by the vacuum. So you see the pulses here and there, here and there. A new air come and remove. And also explode when the air is coming. If you have a big bubble here in this plastic part, the air will just explode it and make it small pieces. So it comes lower and lower and lower and easier for getting dry than a big bubble of water. Again, I'm sorry I'm going with the example, but I want to be for the new guys and to make sure that we are all clear with everything for the future.
Sure.
Jerry,
Yes.
if I'm getting too details, you know, and basics, so stop me.
No, basics.
It's up to you. You're the manager.
I know, but I want to hear all this.
Okay. So we keep going. What happened? Oops. Oh. Okay, so we know already the mineral free water system with the Ulka.
Right.
You see it?
Yep.
Solenoid vaporizer to the chamber.
Right.
Of course, we have a baffle here. When the steam is coming, it will not just kick the load which is placing right here. So there is a plate here, like a baffle.
Okay.
Then we have the exhaust, fast exhaust channel with the coil.
Right.
Then we have the vacuum system
Mhm.
from here. The valve, chiller, vacuum pump down there. Then we have the air inlet. This is the air inlet valve.
Right.
Air comes from here and from here. Why this is the concept? You see there are two valves, you see?
Right.
52 and 4.
Right.
From time to time, the vacuum pump membranes start getting condensation, observing the condensation. These are membranes. There is no place. It's not a piston.
Right.
Piston, you know the difference between piston to membrane. This is long for a diameter, small diameter. This is short and a big diameter.
Right.
So if I place something, any molecule, if it's not gas between the membrane, it will get damaged.
Right.
So, but even though we are trying to get from the top of the chamber, to suck it from the top of the chamber into the pump by the chiller, because of the chiller, you get some bubbles of water. So slowly, after some time, you observe some water in the between the membrane, right? This is very dangerous. In the Elara, you know the Elara machine?
Yes.
There we are keeping a maintenance procedure every 40 seconds.
Okay,
Every 40 seconds, we close one valve, the vacuum valve.
okay,
We wait for 2 seconds. We open the air valve.
right.
So how it works? This way.
That way we're clearing the pump.
Yes. You see this one? Sometimes the pump feel that there is a problem and it gets not effective. And the controller will recognize that the vacuum is not moving down, not going down.
Okay,
So for him, for the controller, it means that something is wrong here.
okay,
Then it will just close this valve and open this valve for a second.
okay,
What happened? It's like a
right,
flash of air, because here at this point there is deep vacuum, right? Because we already created vacuum.
mhm,
This side, air will come from the ambient. So it will just press and push, kick out the air, the condensate from the pump into the water tank. Of course, this must be closed. Otherwise, if this one is open, when the air is coming, it will break the chamber pressure too. So we are always keeping this one. We will close it before opening this one. In Elara, it was continuously, every 40 seconds, it was 6 seconds of maintenance. 2 seconds, this one is closed, 2 seconds, this one is open, this one closed, this one open, then it get closed, then you wait another 2 seconds, and then again it get open. And then the vacuum again keep from here. Here, it's not continuously, but only when the controller feel. This is in order to save time. Sometimes you don't have to. You don't need this maintenance because there is no condensation there. So
Okay.
when there is a condensation, it will feel that the controller will feel that the speed that the vacuum is reached and going down, it's not enough, not sufficient. Then it will go for this system, for this maintenance. Is that clear?
yes,
Okay, so we know this system here was the vacuum and the chiller. We know the tanks, the 2 tanks.
right,
We know the water and steam generator, and the coil and the Ulka pump. This is the chamber. This is the temperature sensor, the P300, which is a fixed place down there. Safety valve, pressure transducer. I think we covered all connect.
Right.
Here, this one is the manual in the front, where you are able to dry here and here. For drying manually, in the front here. Show you. Excuse me. Here,
okay,
the 2 with this one that I spoke about it before that. This one, this plug.
okay,
And this one, it's a fast connection. You just press, and then
right,
same you have in the back of the machine for the drain, the waste tank.
okay,
So if suppose you don't want to come every time and remove the air water, you just plug it and place it to the drain, place it to the drain, and then you can just. From the front, it's not able because you have to close the door. And once you close the door, so you are not able to close the door in that case.
right.
Questions?
Good.
Oh, you are so good, or it's me so good?
No, it's good.
It's all of us. Okay. So we know the piping. I would like to go just for the, to look to see them. I don't know how familiar you are with them already. Did you open the pump or not, the machine or not? But one of the advantage in this machine, can you see this photo?
Yes.
We are able, in order to provide a good, to make the service and the technician life easier, we can just lift, as you can see, and move back, the part, the top, in order to get better service. So this is how it looks, you know, when you are disassembling the machine in general. Later on, we will go and see the whole procedure, the screws, where to open, what to take care about. But this is in general how it looks when it's open, or how to open it. This is explosion of the machine from the point of view of covers. Here, Jerry, did you receive already here the filling, the filling? I see that it's not here anymore. We took it from here. We are missing.
I mean, we have one of those machines here. We've been running the heck out of it. We probably put.
You have it?
Yeah, we have a machine here.
And you have this part in the top to fill the water, you know, in case it is placed in a.
We do.
Perfect. So as you can see, in the left side of the machine, we have the steam generator. In the right side, we have the vacuum system.
Okay.
See here,
Right.
vacuum system. The other side, the left side, is the steam generator, where you can see this is for now modular. As you can see, 2 screws here and here. You remove the complete system outside.
Right.
2 screws here and here, complete steam system outside.
Right.
So it's very easy to maintain. Just be careful when you are pressing back, not to press or tight the system and block one of the pipes, you know, because they are flexible. You have to be very careful that it's placed in the right side. This is when we speak about the vaporizer, see how it looks like. It's a very simple system. There is a solenoid valve and the Ulka pump, the water pump, which is providing from here to here. Here it goes into a coil around, and this coil is filling, touching, surrounded by the 3 heaters. Okay?
Right.
And those 3 heaters are just heating up the water, the pulses of water that are coming from here and coming out from here to the chamber. Questions for this system?
That's pretty straightforward.
This is, you can see 2 screws and all the system is out.
Right.
Same with the vacuum system, out. This is the heat exchanger with this fan that we spoke about.
Right.
It's quite similar to the Elara, you know, again. How many, are you familiar with the Elara?
Yes.
Okay. So it's quite similar, the whole concept. These are the 2 tanks that you can see. This is the west tank with the coil for cooling. And this is the demineralized free water tank. The door, it's nothing to say about. You have to look at it and feel it and see there are many details there, you know, but it is very difficult to teach, you know, from remote how to handle it. Be careful with it, take a look, take photos all the time you're handling the door, so you will remember every place, every piece, how and where, what's the position.
Right.
But at the end, it's quite simple, not a big deal. Of course, with the solenoid here, concept of the Elara, you know, you are used to the membrane. Yes, the membrane in the door, so you will avoid the door opening while there is pressure.
Well, that was
Plus,
Right.
plus.
doorbells. We've worked kind of extensively with the doors on the plus units and the Alaras, which are, you know, the same door. So this looks somewhat similar to what we already have.
Yes. Be careful with the voltage, 12 volt, 24 volts, you have to be careful with them, okay?
Yep.
Good. We are defining now all pipes, so this is something that we never had before. So every tube and every pipe is with his own part number. I just want to show you that is clear in every size and each one of them, what's the size, what's the diameter, and what's the part number, just to let you feel, you know, that we are moving a class up in the school, you know. We are more the details and the information is much more organized and arranged and available for you all than in the past for this machine. Okay?
You're going to send all this to me, Maimon, is that
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. All the material I will place it in our FTP. I will create a folder for all of you. You know, I will send you a link to the FTP. You know my FTP. Yes, our FTP. So I will write a Jerry folder and then I will place everything there. Here we come. This is when we go to the system. It is a little bit confusing, but if you understand the concept, it's clear.
Right.
Can you see it full?
Yes.
Yes.
So here, the control system, as you can see, there are few boards. We divided the handling of the GUI, the HMI, and the application, which is the process itself. So there are two main boards. The first main board, which is handling the application, the process, is operated by a Windows operating system, IoT. Okay? WinIoT. Everyone know what is WinIoT?
Yes, the Internet of Things.
Internet of Things. It's Windows. Okay? And this is the board which is handling the application, the process. In the meantime, in the back of this one, there is another quite similar board with one different. It contains a real-time clock. And this one is operated by Linux. Okay? Linux operating system, everyone know what is Linux. And for handling the HMI. Now, the HMI, which is a touchscreen, needs a conversion from the Linux to HDMI to USB adapter. So there is another board, you see, between the two. There is a board which is a part of the touchscreen for you. For now, you will not see it. It's tied to the back of the touchscreen, is a part of it. And you are replacing now the complete unit of the touchscreen in case of need. In case of need, we are replacing the whole unit, this plastic completed, okay? Which contains the touchscreen, the plastic, and the board which is in the back of it. So it's as a unit. Capish?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we know those two are together. This is the main board, and this is the main board, two main board. Of course, we have the I/O board. I/O board where the one which is connected to the all outputs and inputs, with a difference to what we know from the LR and the Easy. And I will explain in a minute. In the front, there is a one USB front, a cable with a port for a USB, right? You know, the USB in the front, close to the filter, the L filter. And in the back, there are extension for 3 USB, either to connecting it to the printer or to the barcode or to any other device, I don't know, whatever you like, is there, or to export history or whatever it is. And All of these guys use the Adam Ethernet switch. Everyone know what is Ethernet switch?
Yeah, I stored it inside the machine.
Yep.
It's just like a connector.
Now, I will try to explain. I want you to, because it's quite difficult. I don't know how familiar you are with this IT part of the machine. Do you know what is a IP? What is the definition of IP? You know what's ping? Is every one of you use ping once in life? Test ping?
No.
No. So I will explain.
Okay.
It's very simple. Imagine that we are in a class. IP is an address of each one of us. We are now in a class 5 people. Instead of a name, we have our address. This is the line where we are communicating. Okay. There are 4 groups in this IP, 4 groups of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 192, 168, 010, 11. Now, if we would like to keep I'm not getting too deep, there are classes of the subnet mask, we're going for the most safe one because we are medical device. In order to keep communicating between us, we have to keep the same numbers for the first 3 group.
Okay.
If I am 102.0.0.1 and 102.0.0.2 and 102.0.0.3, or every one of these one which will keep 102.0.0. something will be able to communicate and speak without any problem in this intranet. Okay? In a one condition that you can't keep the same IP for 2 devices in the same intranet, because then there is a conflict. For example, 102.0.0.1, .2, .3, .10, up to .255. It's okay, but we can't keep 2 of them, 2 of the device, 102.0.0.6. Cannot, because then there is a conflict. Okay?
Right.
Now, when I say Jerry, when I say Jerry, and Jerry said what? So we understand that I'm calling him and he's listening and answering me, and I hear that he say what? So it's okay. But if I say Jerry and I get no reply, there can be few problems. One, I'm talking to them, not to Jerry.
Right.
So he can't hear. Second, I'm calling to Jerry, I'm okay, but Jerry not listening. Third, there is a problem in the phone, because the phone is not working, the intercom is not working. It may be the cable from here to there, maybe the cable from me to there. It can be the device which is handling this intercom system. So once you face a communication problem, what I want to say, I see that there is no communication between this board, the touchscreen, to the board. Whose fault? How I can define? I will start replacing this and this and this until I find out what the problem is. No. So we have a tool called ping. Ping. You're going to the command CMD. You know the CMD? How can I? Just 1 minute. Let me show you. Where is my desktop? Okay. See here? Can you see it?
It hasn't changed yet.
Oh, okay. Wait. Function. Alt. See here?
Still hasn't
No
changed.
change.
Doesn't change?
No, see the
1
block.
minute. 1 minute. Now okay?
We still see the block diagram.
Block diagram, yes, you see my mouse?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm coming here, okay? And I go for whatever it is, search or whatever it is. And right here, CMD,
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it.
yes? You saw it?
No, we're not seeing anything. Nothing is changing.
Oh, nothing is changed. Okay, I have to use my desktop once again. Okay. Alt tab. Where's the desktop?
Is he talking about like ping, like almost like a radar? Check and see if
Yeah, I think he's going to command, he's going to go search, type C.
like a radar, because you can see the depth.
Ping IP address,
Ping IP address to see what it
to
is.
see TFC, that's communicating.
Oh, yeah.
That's a check log. That's a 13 ping.
Don't see ping. I got it. We did too much with this.
You see this one?
It's not
No.
changing.
Not changing. 1 second, let me switch off the air condition. On the air condition, it comes very hot. You see me?
You see you in a small screen on the bottom. The block diagram is what's on our screen. Now we see you on the big screen.
See here? No, you can't see. Wait.
No, we got it. We got you again.
Desktop.
Okay, well-
See my desktop?
Yes. We see your desktop. Yes.
See here?
Yes.
You open this or this one, and you type here CMD,
Right.
like command, okay? Enter. You get this display, okay?
Yes.
Now I'm writing ping, P-I-N-G,
Right.
space, and I'm typing the one I would like to check. The one I would like to check, the IP that I would like to call to check, okay?
Right.
So I will call him ping. The machine, the controller is 102. Let's check the controller, okay?
Mhm.
The main board, the main board. Later on, you will see in the each one of the in the block diagram, each one of them what is his own IP, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So first I call it 102.0.0.1, for example, okay? And I press enter. See, he's telling me, okay,
Right.
it took 6 milliseconds, and then all was okay. Here you can see 0% loss. Can you see it?
Yep.
And 100% received. Where is it? Whatever. Depend to the but this is, you see, no lost, received, four time test. Okay, all good. If there is a problem, in case there is a problem, if I try to ping something, something else, not this one, I try to ping, for example, 44, something else. Enter. See, it's making 4 tested, or it can be defined. How many of them? You see? No, no, no. Request timeout. So this way, I can define.
Right. How are we supposed to look up to?
You see,
Oh, we gotta look like
70% loss, 1% there, garbage. It's not okay.
Beautiful.
This is how it goes. But you have to be a part of this net. There are 2 types of IPs. There is a static IP and dynamic IP. You want me to keep going with it? It's interesting, or you want me to keep go ahead?
No, keep going.
Sorry?
No, definitely keep going.
Keep going, okay. In order to be a part, because I use my laptop for checking this machine, right? In the machine, there are, I use my laptop, my own laptop to check with the machine. I connect it to the machine. But he is not a part of this family. They have their own IPs, like we saw here, okay? You see it?
Yes.
So you see the main board, which is the Windows IT, IP we gave him is 102.0.0.1. The IO board, we gave him 102.0.0.2. The main board, the other one, the Linux, which is handling the GUI, the HMI, is 102.0.0.33. Okay? Those guys don't need, because they are not computers. Here there is a switch, right? This is the switch which connecting, because we have only one port for Ethernet. This is like we use a extension, like we use for the USB. There is also for the Ethernet, the RJ45, the Ethernet communication. And here we have a cable to the back where I can plug my machine with the Ethernet cable, yeah?
Right,
This
okay.
one.
All right.
So now this one, my laptop, which is stayed here, supposed to be a part of this game. In order to be a part of this game, I have to come here. You see downstairs?
Yep.
Sorry, you do right click, open network and internet setting.
Okay.
This is now for my laptop, you see? Ethernet.
Okay.
I want to make him a part, you see? Change adapter option. I want to be a part of this game. So I'm coming to this Ethernet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going for the properties. Then I'm choosing here, this one, internal protocol version TCP IP, double click. Now you see the default of this laptop is defined to be DHCP. What is the meaning of DHCP? It's a dynamic IP. It means anytime I'm connecting my laptop to a net, I will get a free IP which is existing at this moment. And if I will get disconnected and connect again, I will get different IP. But if I want to get connected to a net, internal net or something, which is each one of the device get his own IP, fixed IP, static IP, I'm pressing here, okay? And I'm typing here 102.0.0. 102.0.0.1 of the number which is free from 1 to 255. I will choose 111, for example, okay? And then subnet mask, which is, I will not get into this because they are subnet mask and default gateway, but it's more for a big machine where they're connected to the net. In your case, it will not be connected to external nets. So we are dealing only with the internal net.
Yeah,
Okay? and this I press OK. Now at this moment I come to be a part of this group, of this family. So now we can communicate with the same language. Okay? So I can check 102. Now, if I'm facing a problem when I'm here, you see the graph now, the block?
Mhm.
Hello?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So I'm coming by the Ethernet switch. So if I'm calling to IO board, I'm calling him, hey, IO board, hey, IO board, 4 times. And when I'm calling it, I'm said 102.0.0.2, 102.0, and they're supposed to answer me. If there is a miscommunication between me and them, then there are a few options. Either the board is malfunction, or me, my laptop is malfunction, is not configured, which I believe that is good because I know it's good. It's my laptop. And then I have the Ethernet switch may be cut.
Okay.
And then I have the wire, the RJ45, the cable, this cable or this cable. So what can I do? I will take a wire from here because I'm not using the machine now. I will connect this cable from here straight to the IO board. So I have my own cable which is new, and I have my laptop that I trust him. Then I will do again this ping 102.0.0.2. Now, if I will get no answer, what is the problem?
It's the IO board.
IO board. But if I get communication suddenly when I did this direct communication, it was okay. So then what is the conclusion?
It's the Ethernet switch.
It can be or the switch, either the switch or this cable or this cable. And this is how we define the troubleshooting of IPs.
Okay, great.
It is very important. Why it is very important? Because we are dealing now with 3 boards and then laptop and switch and other devices. You may get confused, get lost, start replacing, sometimes with no reason. Why? If I suspect my main board, IoT board, so I will go there and I replaced it. Then I have to import a setting, and then I have to import the application, and then I have to do this and do that and calibration. And it's not that. So what? 2 options: or remove it, place back the old one, or maybe the 2 of them are malfunction. We don't know. That's why straight away.
Right, isolation. Good.
Questions? I'm coming worried, gentlemen. I see the guy on the left is a little bit worried. Start moving like hyperactive, like something is there. Are you okay? You're surviving. You're surviving.
He's good.
I'm good.
He's turning red.
Okay. Okay. Keep going. So we understand already. We see the block diagram.
Yep.
Good. Here we see the electrical drawing. Okay. So it's quite similar to what you saw, in a Elara, because it's almost like Backsoft, yeah.
Okay. Similar.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, page down. One thing I want you to see here, you see the heaters.
Right.
We have 2 heaters and solid state relay, which is activating the heaters. One of them is 1200. This is the one for the generator, the one for the vaporizer. Okay. It means the 3 heaters together are 1200 watt.
Okay.
Means each one of them 400 watt. Then we have the jacket heater. Okay, jacket heater is 2000 watt, 2
Okay.
kilowatt all around. Okay, here we have the switch. There are two switches here. One switch we have the switch here in the front.
Right.
Okay, right now it's cutting only the main.
Okay.
In the future, soon, I think already the machine for what you have right now, it's one pole. Dual pole, it will come and it will cut also the power to the IO, because
Okay.
you may be quiet right now and not in use, but you can hear the fan and everything there, is live, is alive. No need. So we decided that, but for now, it is cutting, just removing the display, etc. But the machine inside is alive. In the future, we will cut also and I think you already get at least a part of the machine which is coming now to USA are with this one. I can't define. I have to check exactly with the manufacturer which one of them we send and which version. Because the main power for now, which is including the like circuit breaker, is the one in the back. You know him, yes?
Yes.
It's difficult for me to turn around the machine, but you know how it looks like.
Where it is, you know.
Good. 1 second, I have to get ready with the charger here before we get an accident. Okay, guys, listen. I would like to have like a 10-minute break to take my coffee and cigarette. You too?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Everybody's good with that.
Yeah. Everyone agree with me that it's very important?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen. So we meet like in 10 minutes approximately. I will just go and take a coffee.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said I see a huge amount of cost.
No, I got like 900 things going on and it's yeah, well, good. No, I'm just saying, though.
If you want. Knowledge is amazing. Literally on the other side of the world.
That's cool, right?
He's originally going to come.
I thought we were gonna get a hard copy for the wash stuff that we just did the other day.
Yeah. I'm glad you reminded me, try to remind me later, I'll send over those forms that you want.
He couldn't answer questions because he said he couldn't hear that well.
Okay.
And he wanted the questions to be done on the web.
Okay.
So I had, as far as I remember, these two questions.
Form an email, send them to me.
But that was the guy that was here the other day, just that. Those guys here or the
No, those are the two guys that they make the formula, the chemical that goes into the washing machine.
Okay.
So they're going to, they were here because originally we couldn't get the spot temp or anything to turn. We were having a lot of problems. And then we tried the chemical from the European company that was sent. And that actually worked better. But as it turns out, he came here, he actually primed the machine a little bit differently than me and Guy did to try to make sure that he got all the water out of the soap system. So then it worked, okay, well, like it's supposed to.
And he's just a chemical guy, man.
He's just a chemical. But he's going to make certain suggestions because he has a lot of experience with washing machines in general. So he's going to make some suggestions to at Atos to see if there's some changes that can be made. Like one of the things is that rail that we had with all the hand pieces. When that goes in there, it's fine. But since they took the rail out, completely out of it, they put some sort of plastic piece that when you push it in, it kind of jams in there, and that's supposed to keep the water. But it did. If you just push the carriage forward, then it'll be spraying all over the place. So at some point, we got to probably take that machine, one of the ones that basically kind of tear it apart. Confident I know what the parts are and what they do, but just get a look at how they're in there. We have no way of knowing what to expect.
היי גייז, אמרתי להם הפסקה 10 דקות.
Yeah, everybody practice.
Jerry,
Yes.
would you like to test this ping, with your laptop now to see that it's all going well?
I don't have don't have anything set up right now, so it's something that we'll do after the training. But we will definitely try it.
Okay, you will try it together, all of you?
Yes.
Good. אוקיי. אשד, אז בסדר? אז מה, אז אבוד כאילו?
אם היית שומע אותו.
אתה שמעת?
כן. נגיד, זה הסף שיעשה לו מה?
כן.
מה דעתך?
כן. כן, יאללה, אני חייב להמשיך איתם, כן. לא, שיפגוש אותו, יראה מה מדובר, כאילו, לא פגש אותו, לא ראה אותו. טוב, יאללה. ביי. אוקיי, שבת שלום. Gentlemen,
Yeah, we can see it.
so we see 2 power supply. Okay, later on you will see each one of them handling what. The 2 pumps, the water pump and the vacuum pump with the chiller, of course, together.
Okay. Okay, right. It's like the alarm.
Here we see the coil. This is handling, mostly the all solenoid, 24
Right.
volt AC.
Okay. That's the
Okay.
transformer. Yeah.
Questions about this one?
Now, we've worked with it extensively with the plus unit and the Alaris, so we understand the concept behind it.
Okay, just take care of the changes, the difference, okay? As you can see, the 12 volt power supply is handling the two Geniatech boards, the two main boards,
Okay.
the IoT and the Linux. Okay, these are supplied by 12 volt, while the IO card and the fan and the Ethernet switch itself,
Okay.
they are getting the 24 volt. Okay?
Right.
Here you can see the IO. Actually, the IO is quite similar, except to the fact that it is handled communicating via Ethernet.
Okay.
The IO board that you see in this machine is not serial communicating with the main board, like from the Backsoft, from your Easy Plus and Elara, etc.
Right.
Here, communication is via Ethernet, right? Remember the IP 102.0.0.2. And here we see the J13 and J14, which are two of the three sockets or plugs that for the IO. All the IOs, each one of them is operating either the buzzer or the door unlock or the generator heater, jacket heater, etc., etc. And here you can see the solenoids. Okay. You see why we split between the two, right? These are outputs which are operated by 24 volt DC.
Right.
DC. So the DC is here.
Right.
In standby for the all outputs, and each one of them that get activated. For example, from 11 it comes to 10, or from this to this, etc., etc. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 4, etc. 5 to 6. Here you see it is eliminated by it is energized by the 24 volt AC, the coil. Okay. So from one side we get the minus or the zero, and from the other side you get the plus, the other side of the coil for the solenoid valves. The connection of the PT100, so we have one for the steam generator, one for the chamber temperature, jacket temperature, and we have here the 4 to 20 milliamp pressure transducer, right? For the pressure.
Right.
The electrodes and the float switch and door. Okay, electrode, it means there are two electrodes with a distance of 1 centimeter between them. Say again, hello?
No, we didn't say anything.
Are we okay?
Yes.
And here we see at J12 the door lock, the solenoid there, which is locking the door, and the two float switch for the water, which we are using, that are mechanical, electromechanical float switch. While here, it's two electrodes that sensing the level of water, the minimum, the maximum. Questions? There are cycles that you need for a full tank water for running the cycle. Like for example, the virus protective, and the chamber bright and the chamber clean. Those two programs required for a full water level here. Do you see this screen? The screen of the machine?
Yeah.
See? So this one, see the door is open. If I lock the door, it will close. See? Then we see this one, this bubble of water. This is the level of water which may be black or red. This is for the waste tank. This is new. You don't have it there in your version, if you noticed, Jerry.
You do already.
Sorry?
With the last version that came across for us to put in, it had the second drop. So
I can't hear. I'm sorry, but
We have that version.
you have that version?
Yes.
yes.
Perfect. Then we have here the water, 3 steps. You can see I will try to play with the float switch 1 second. For the clean water, this is when it's full. This is half.
Mm-hmm.
And then downstairs, the electrodes will define the 0. No, empty. It must be at this position only when you are trying to run the virus, the virus, the protective cycle, or the chamber clean. Okay?
Okay.
Then we have the option to select between class B or class S. We will speak about it later on. Here we get the temperature and the pressure and the programs. Programs here, you can move to the next page where you can see the Boyendic, chamber clean, and vacuum test, leak test.
Right.
And back to the other programs. These are the default programs. Once the door is closed and you try to choose a program, you can't. So in that case, you have to open the door. Once you open the door,
So cycle.
you get selected. Now, in the next version, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you will see another option here. Here you have 2 options. Start cycle by clock. You can mention here in the marker when exactly to start, or add extra dry time. So you add how long you want it to be extra.
Okay.
Here in the center, you will have another question, yes, which will define you whether it is a protective, virus protected you want to add it or not. In this program, if you decide to add the virus protection,
Right.
then you select and check it, yes.
Right.
For now, it's not there.
Okay.
And then you will go back home, back. Here, we have the all options. Shira. Set date and time. All the options for the USB. We have for the USB, export to USB. Either export the setting, export setting without log. Usually what we will ask, if we will ask Jerry, so export this one because this one, because this one will be very big with a lot of logs and information which is not important unless we will ask for it. So this is only the setting. Then you can export the last 10 cycle or last 50 cycle, or export all cycles.
Right.
Here, all the information about the machine, the model, the serial number, etc., etc. Now, when we go to the select between the class B and class S, So here there is a need for a password.
Right.
Jerry, you know the history about this, what we discussed, etc., etc. At the end, for you guys,
Mhm.
you will get a code for this. The machine that arrived right now with the version 2, it will be based is a password that will be generated based on the serial number. In the future, for the service, the board which will be sent for service, we are planning to do it in the next version to be the generation the generating of the password will be based on the MAC address of the board and not the serial number. This is in order to avoid this need of dedicating a board to a machine. If you keep it as a spare part, you cannot dedicate from the beginning, to a machine. So all you need to do is to provide us, and here in between the S and B to the password, you will get here a code, which this code supposed to be forwarded to Jerry, which will, based on it, will give you the password to be able to switch between S, because this is how you get the default. By default, you get the machines as a class S for the US market, okay? In order to add the class B, because why I'm saying add, because once you type the code, the password here, and you got the class B option, so you will have in the list, in the programs options here, you will have this and this for the class B, and then you keep going and you get also the programs in a different page of the class S. So
Right.
all of them will be here forever.
Okay.
This is the solution we find after all the discussions and the meeting we had.
Okay.
Login, okay? Then we will give you all the engineer level factory code for creating a user, okay? Then by creating the user, you will be able to get into the setting and all this, the parameters, see and other options that we will see later on. The code is, the factory code for you will be G83 HSOJR7W. So let's do it together, okay?
Sure.
Let's try to create a new user together. So I'm coming here, plus, then factory code, caps lock, and then is a G83 HSOJR, sorry, JR7W. And then V, yes, check. Name, for example, check. Password, for example, 9999, okay? Check and confirm 9999. Check. Say okay. User has been, a new user has been added, okay? So now if I come to the names, I can see my name too here. You see?
Yep.
Maimon, password 9999. Yes. Login. And I logged in. So I have options, okay? For example, cycle parameter, system parameter, Input output for checking, view digital input, digital output, test digital output, and view analog input. Or maintenance for resetting the message, service time, the counter, atmospheric pressure, which is very important, and printer test, or any other label printer. In this case, we provide two kind of printer, the same printer, but two kind of printing, okay? One of them is the regular print, and the other one is this one. We can use the label printer where you can see a barcode.
Right.
So in case you press start, you will see when you selected the program, you can type. There is a place where a box where you can type how many labels you would like to get. So for example, you loaded the machine with 20 packages, so you will ask for 20. Okay? And then at the end of the cycle, if the cycle, in case it's success, it will just print out 20 labels like this. Okay? So we can just place it and stick it on in each one of the packages. Here what we see is there is a barcode and there is an expire date. The expire date can be set and defined via the system parameter. Via the system parameter, you can type, after how long or what will be the date. So it's always counting from the moment you run the cycle. For example, here it's 11th of July 2020. Okay, 11. It was one month, so it was here from May 11, 2020 to June 11, 2020. It's 1 month. If I type it to 5 months, so it will print for 5 months. Is that clear?
Yep.
No questions. I'm telling you, you are so good. You are just amazing. Or it's me that I know how to. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Test RTC. So I said maintenance, advanced options, of course. Version handling for importing an application. All of this, there are procedure. I'm quite sure, Jerry, you are familiar with it. But in case not, anyway, I will place there in the FTP. I think today or tomorrow, because it comes late already. I will place the old procedures I have, so it will be easy for you, including the presentation and everything, so you can see and remember all what we are speaking about during this training.
Okay.
Of course, there, as you can see, set temperature unit, set pressure unit, select color, you can choose the color, of the display, the background. This is under the advanced option. And here, system parameter, input, output, maintenance, cycle parameter. Inside the cycle parameter, of course, you have no option, as you can see. The cycles, except to the drying, the cycles are blocked, are fixed. No one can change parameter for now, and there is no option to duplicate cycle as you get used to it with the Elara or the Easy or the D-line. So in that case, the program you have, or the program you have, no additional one, cannot remove them. This is what we have. Questions?
Oh, we're doing good.
All good. Okay, do we miss something here? Oh, we spoke about setting by zip, So we are clear with the display. Here the alarms, okay? Down there, the right, door is open, active alarm. It is an option, I don't know. We have to decide at the end what will be the alarms and what not. If I close the door, if I lock the door, it's supposed to remove. It's to get removed, you see? But now the door is open. Question, hi Moshe.
Now, this is very similar
Time.
to the backsoft, so
Say again?
it's very similar to the backsoft.
Yeah, quite similar, you know, but there are the difference, you know, the small difference which can make the difference and give you into trouble.
Yeah.
This is why I'm passing by, you know, and making sure, you know, it's all clear, because, you know, the small difference, that these are the points that may make the difference.
Right.
So I think we are clear with the GUI, right?
Yes.
Any question, gentlemen, guy? Here, Boy and Dick. Everyone know is familiar with Boy, Dick, and Dick test?
Well, I have one question. If the machine is a B-class sterilizer, and even in the S-class it runs like a B-class, how can we have a chamber clean cycle?
Say again, 1 minute, let me see so I can... What did you ask for? Sorry?
You have the B-class sterilization cycles, which has the back in the beginning, and then you have the S-class, which runs just like the B-class and has the vacuum. How can we have a chamber bright cycle if it has, does it shut the vacuum pump off?
No. At the end, the class S is not a gravity cycle. This is what I wanted to say.
Right. Well, we kind of figured that already. It's not really a class S cycle.
It's a class S cycle. What I didn't mention at the beginning when I spoke about the classes. Classes, as I said, class B, you have to comply with those two conditions.
Right.
Removing 99% and drying for 99%. Now, if you keep one of these two conditions, one of them only, you are a class S cycle.
Right.
If you keep the two, if you're missing the two conditions, you're not complying with not the air removal 99 and not drying 99, then you come to be class N. It's like nothing, something, best, or both.
Right.
Now, the class S is not indicating you or informing you that there is no vacuum. All the class S, most of the class S in the market, machines in the market, use the pre-vacuum with a vacuum pump.
Right.
It's not like us. So the programs that you are going to see with the class S machine are quite similar, but not removing 99%. It means you may see, instead of 3 pulses, 2 pulses, instead of 20-minute dry, 5-minute dry, and thing changes like this. But the process is the same process. You know, we are removing the air, not via gravity anyway. We all the time, for class S and for class B, removing the air via vacuum pump air removal.
Okay. Well, what I'm asking is that the chamber clean cycle,
Yep.
you use the chamber bright. You're not pumping water into the chamber, you're pumping steam into the chamber?
No. This is why it's a special cycle for the chamber bright. What we are doing, we are pumping water. The pump is running, and instead of pulsing the valve, we keep the valve open without activating the heaters of the vaporizer. Okay. So actually what happened is water is coming into the chamber.
Okay, just wanted to be
We are filling water into the chamber, and then after we fill the sufficient volume of water, we start heating up by the jacket heater, not the vaporizer.
all right.
Maybe we may pulse some pulses to eat up to keep, but, and this is why I said it is very important. 1 second, sorry. אני באמצע קונפרנס, לא עכשיו, אני באמצע קונפרנס, לא עכשיו, אני באמצע קונפרנס, ביי. ביי. לא, ביי. What I'm saying is, this is why when you're planning to or selecting the trying to run a chamber clean or the virus protected, which is a long cycles, then the condition of the full water in the tank must be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Questions, more questions, gentlemen. You're so quiet, you know. I'm telling you, this is the best class I met in my life.
We're trying to take it all
Jerry,
in.
you teach them everything. Why you need me? I don't know. I don't know why you are wasting my time.
Believe me, you're teaching us stuff right now. It's good that we're
We listen.
going over. Yeah, we tried to.
We listen.
We learned our lesson with the Easy 11 Plus when they sent the machines out into the field that never trained us on anything. So we know anything, any little piece of information that you can give us is only going to help us in the end.
Okay. Okay. Keep going. So we were here in the electrode, pressure transducer, float switch, etc., etc.
Right.
This is what I spoke before. Remember, you know, the unit as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
As a unit, the touch screen, in the back of it, there is a board here, which is an electronic board, the one we saw there, adapting to the HDMI,
Right.
and the plastic. Together, you get it as a complete package. Just a few procedures, like for example, import application, you are logging in, and then you select the setting, then advanced option, then version handling, import application and setting, or import setting only, or import application only, or whatever you like. You choose same like with the beta, with the backsoft,
Right.
and import.
Right.
Okay. Import setting, the same one, like in this case, you know, importing the setting and not the application. Export history, very important, you know, when you ask it, you have to teach the guys, your customers and your dealers, or your satellite, or how you call them in a field, you know. This is a very important feature which we have to, you need me? 1 second, Jerry, 1 second, yes, please. Hey, מה קורה? מתי שאתה רוצה, תגיד לי. מתי שאתה רוצה, אה? מתי שאתה רוצה, 24/7, החיים שלי... כן, שיר פתוח פה, שיר פתוח, כן, שיר פתוח. אוקיי, sorry gentlemen. So, export history procedure, same concept. You have the option of all cycle, last 10 cycle, 10 cycle, etc., etc. Export setting, you know. Are you with me, guys?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we will ask you maybe, or you will have to ask from the customer, you know, from the technicians in the field, you know, to export the setting, and it's the same concept by using the RPCR. By the way, Jerry, did you receive the RPCR already?
No, that I received something, but I couldn't open it up.
What do you mean? Why couldn't you open it?
It wouldn't allow me to open it. It would literally do nothing.
So maybe we can set up a conference next week, so one day, you know, let's say Monday, Tuesday afternoon, or your morning time, whatever you like. We can just go for it.
Okay.
Okay?
Just please send me another copy of it, just in case the one that came was corrupted.
Another what?
Another copy of the RPCR. You have to send me a hasp though. I don't have the hasp to go into the computer.
I will, HASP is not there? You don't have it?
I don't have it. It's not been sent yet.
Well, we send it with the spare part. I sent it already with the spare part. Is the package already arrived? The spare part package?
I don't know that. I'd have to go back to the.
Okay, if anyway, check it, and if not, just let me know, but via email, so I will make sure that next ship to the US, I will add it and I will mark it that it is dedicated to you, so you will get it. Okay.
Perfect.
So for you guys, exporting the setting, you know, it's very important, and the history. Why? Because, you know, sometimes we would like to see whether something happened or not. Also the CFR 2011, many other deeper features that I wanted to get into this right now. So, but this option is a very important option that we are going to use it all the time, which is the exporting setting.
Okay. It's very similar to the backsoft. We use it all the time with the plus and the Alaras.
Yes, correct. What we see here is another very important thing in case you are placing machine in a not in a sea level. I don't know what is the geography in US in the US, but I believe that there are high places. And then no high places, not 1,000 meters or something like that.
No, we go over 2,000 meters and the whole Rocky Mountains and Mount Washington. We got a lot of places that are over the 2,000 meters.
No, you see, so that this is the one. This is can get you to in a loop that you cannot go back from it. If someone is running or starting a cycle for the first time without resetting this atmospheric pressure, you may get to a point that the cycle will never get completed, and you are in a loop, unlimited or infinitable loop.
Right.
So the best thing, the first thing you do after you switching on the machine, okay, there is here, 1 second. In a machine there is a yellow big sticker, which is informing you the first thing you do after you switch on the power and you open the door. When the machine started up, the controller started up, it's removing all the contents from the chamber. Why? There are bags, plastic, manual, chamber bright example, etc., etc. So you open, remove all the things out, and then you remove this sticker from here, the yellow sticker, because I saw machine for 3 years, they still keep the sticker here. Maybe in the US is not a big problem because you know English, but in many places no one remove it. They know what's the meaning. They don't know what the meaning, and it stayed there. So this is the first thing you do, and then after opening the door, the first thing you have to do and removing this is resetting the atmospheric pressure. So the machine, and I'm not talking about that it has to be done in the office because it's not relevant at all. Even if you test it, and particularly if you test the machine in your warehouse or in your the Long Island, then you send the machine back to the customer. So this is the first thing has to be done there before you run a cycle. Be careful with it.
Yeah.
And look for this, the conditions. For resetting atmospheric pressure, the door must be open and the chamber temperature must be below 42 Celsius degree, which is, I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit. You have to calculate.
Yeah, what is about 75 degrees?
75 degrees. Okay.
Check.
And then we have two configurations for the printers. As per Guy, your general manager, there will be a lot of sales of this printer. And then sometimes it will be configured as a printer, paper printer, you know, regular printout like we know from the other machine. And sometimes has a label printer like I showed you before.
Right.
So there are parameters like here. In case of paper printer configuration, so then you have to log in, and then you come to the setting, and then type printer comes to be 6. Okay?
Okay.
Clear?
Yep.
While in case of label printer, then the label printer comes to be 1, and then the printer type comes to be 1.
Right.
So this is for your information.
Okay. They must match. Okay.
Few parameters that you don't know, you know, that they are new for this one, you know, just for your information. Generator keep temperature, jacket, things that you will not be exposed to, but you know, you have to know, you know, is a demo mode, you can move it to a demo mode for an exhibition or whatever it is a label printer, whether you like to see the graph. We are now in between with real-time clock and without real-time clock, so it's a parameter that maybe in the future will be removed.
Okay.
Screen resolution is for USA or not USA, then it's giving us the configuration, you know, and the knowledge about how to treat it, because you have to know that as per now, the options of class S and class B is only for the US market. So when you get setting, you know, when we send setting, there is no option at all in the setting to configure it as a class S or a class B for the European market or for the rest of the world, international. But for the US market, it's the only market that we provide this option of class S and class B. So be careful also with this, you know, if you get setting, you know, you will see that there is no possibility. And there are many open issues we have, Jerry, you know, with how to control this, you know, these upgrades. So we will see our benefit. Means Tutnauer, if either it is Tutnauer USA or Tutnauer the headquarter. So because, you know, as per now, I see that if someone try to cheat the system, it's quite simple to buy a class S and switch it to be class B. And we have to keep thinking about how to go for it and how to manage, you know, this upgrade.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about the presentation. Now, I would like, you know, but I don't know how it will work because it's the first time. I would like to go for to open the machine, actually how to open, because there are few details that we have to be very careful with, okay? When we are opening the side covers, you know, the right side for getting access to the vacuum system, or the left side for the vaporizer, the steam generator, so it's quite simple, you know. But then when we try to lift up the part, you know, the chassis, in order to get to get into the service area and be able to maintain the machine easily. So in the back of it, this machine, in the right side, the bottom, there is a plug which is going to the extension USB board. There is a board, as you remember, with 3 USB in club. Because of the design, you have to be very careful, because if you release the old screws and lift it, you will break the cable, the socket of this cable. So one mistake, done. There is no place for 2 mistakes. You open it without removing this cable, you broke the board.
Okay.
So you have to be very careful with it.
Okay.
Actually, what time is it? In general, this is what I wanted to give you. It went much faster than what I think, because you are quite familiar with everything.
Yeah, that's fine. We can be
And I
done.
had no questions about, almost no question.
I have one question. If you take the left side of the machine off, you have those solenoids all in a row. Which solenoid does which?
If you get, sorry, if you,
If you take the left side of the machine off,
yes, left side or right side?
the other
This
side,
side, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have the row of solenoids, your exhaust solenoid, your fast exhaust, your slow exhaust, all that. I need to know which solenoid is which.
okay. You wanted to see it, or you can define it by the piping, no? You want to see it?
You can just tell me which one is which. Is the top one the fast exhaust?
You can open it. Can you see the machine?
You get those 3 solenoids going from top to bottom in the rear.
Wait.
Wants to switch to his camera.
Yeah, he was switched. Yeah, I think he switched.
He's got to switch it.
We might be able to click on his camera and make it bigger.
See, with the mouse.
See this one?
Okay, yeah, that's the one for that's the water pump.
What?
When you come to this side, you see you got the 2 solenoids, one in front of the other.
Yes.
Okay, which one is which?
So we follow, this one comes from the chiller. Okay?
The front one.
And this one, one minute. See?
So that I can see this.
You know the two valves are the air and the vacuum, right?
Okay,
Okay.
You can see it here, 1 minute, and I will tell you which one of them is where, which.
actually, it's slightly different than the ones we had. Otherwise,
Yeah,
we had
because
roll
it's-
and line this one. So it's back to this one.
The one that was in the room that we were doing the paint on there?
The two valves are those two, right?
Say again?
52 and 44.
Okay,
The one which is 44, which is the air, this one, is this one.
okay,
And the one which is 52, which comes from the chiller. Can you see me?
Yes.
yes.
Wait.
Yeah, we capture it.
We
I
can
will stay there.
Okay.
Yeah, much better.
You see the machine?
Yep.
Instead of selling one of
This one, in the right, is the one which goes to the filter, the air filter.
Okay,
This one is the 44. This one is the one who comes from the chiller, right?
right,
So it's the one which is the vacuum one. Goes to the vacuum pump, chiller, and as you can see too, even the chamber, you see, comes here. Why? Because you see the safety valve here.
mhm,
In the
Okay.
back is the safety valve, right? So the safety valve is before the valve.
okay,
Comes from the chamber, goes to the safety valve, goes to here, which is the vacuum, chiller, vacuum pump, and back to the waste tank.
okay,
Then this one, of course, you know,
right.
is the Ulka. You see, the Ulka is a smaller one. It's not the one we are using for the
Okay. That is
the
selling,
Lara, etc. Here you can see the unit. You see the unit can be removed just like this. 2 screws, 1, 2. And you take this out for maintenance.
okay,
Then from the other side.
right. I already had to pull the air pump out of one of the beta machines. So I've already done that. I think I've already pulled the vaporizer out on the other side. Now in the back on the bottom there's another solenoid there, right? Right behind the, no, see, further to the back of the machine.
On the bottom back.
This one?
There,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Which one is that?
Fast exhaust. Fast exhaust.
Fast exhaust, okay.
Fast exhaust. Goes, you see, it comes from the bottom. Right?
Okay,
That's the one that had the sliver. I don't know.
that's the one on the bottom of that? Okay.
You see, 1, 2, 3, 4 valves.
Yeah, we got it. We know what they all are now.
And you see here the 4 valves, you know. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay,
Then we have the optional one, which is for the water supply. Yep. By the way, in the back,
yeah, that's what I thought that was.
as I showed you before,
Right,
you can see the connection.
we can see it.
This is the back. Here, these two.
Right,
Water supply,
right,
drain.
right,
You have the safety valve. This is the switch we spoke about. The
right,
cutoff, the Ethernet connection from the back. And
right.
here is what I wanted to speak about
Okay.
before you are. Oops, water is coming out. 1 minute. You see this plug? This one.
Right.
You see it?
You can see it.
Yeah.
This one has to be removed before you open and lift it. Because if you lift it without, you broke it. Okay? And here again, same concept. Same concept, two screws. 1, 2, and this system, the vacuum system comes out, protect.
Okay.
Let me show you the control area. Now, because of security, cyber security, the IP now is hidden until the next version, until we get the confirmation. But there is an antenna here. You see the antenna? It's
Okay.
here. Be careful with it. And here we see the I/O board.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's very similar to the one on the plus machines.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Upstairs, you see this side. This side is without the RTC.
Okay.
Without the RTC, let me switch it off. And this side, it's quite similar board, you see? Quite similar. But this time you see the battery here.
Okay.
This is with the RTC. This is the IoT one. This is the Linux one, which is
Okay.
operated by Linux and handling the touchscreen.
All right.
Okay, this is the switch we spoke about. The Ethernet switch, the Adam. By the way, very soon we're going to. We will not send any more machine with the Adam, the Ethernet switch,
Okay.
but we are going to send. We are going to communicate via there between the boards via USB to Ethernet.
Okay.
But then we don't need this extension anymore. So you will see devices like this,
Right.
USB to Ethernet.
Right.
So you will see that then this one is not there anymore. But in that case, there will be IPs, additional IP that I will show you in the future after. I don't want to confuse you. This is the,
Oh, that's great.
but this will be in the next chip. After the first batch you get, it
Okay.
will come this concept. So we'll see there is no switch anymore.
Okay.
As I said, all of them are connected to the Adam.
Mm-hmm.
They are communicating via Ethernet. These are the two power supply, 24 and 12 volt. This is the chiller. Up.
There you go.
The two power supplies.
Okay.
The switch, the chiller,
Okay.
antenna, vacuum pump, extension board. So it's not so complicated. Quite simple machine. If you look at it, easy to maintain, easy to fix. I hope it will be easy for you. More questions, guys, gentlemen?
Yes, we all seem to have the same question.
Yep.
What's the antenna for?
Which one?
The antenna?
Yes.
What's it for?
It is a Wi-Fi.
Okay.
This is,
So
I
this.
said, no, we are now blocking it because of the security cyber.
Okay.
In the next version, after we get the confirmation from the QA and the regulations about the security cyber,
Okay.
you will be able, by using the Chrome, just the Explorer, you
Okay.
type in the same, if you are in the same net, intranet at all in the office,
Right.
okay, you are typing the IP of the machine and you get the display in your laptop. The application is ready already.
Okay.
It's there.
They wouldn't need the RPCR to run that particular program.
Particular, the RPCR is via Ethernet, is different logging and getting information. I'm talking about monitoring.
Oh, just monitoring. Okay.
Monitor.
Like when we do it at the shows, we hook it up to a cell phone to show people what it'll do. So it's probably the same thing. Okay. Yeah, that's great. All right. Anybody else?
You know, the machine is there, you know, in the room or whatever it is, service room running. Then you want to know what is the status, you know, finish, not finish, you know, you just check it, you know, you open just an IP, you web, it's a web, like a web.
Okay. So nobody else has any more questions?
No.
I'm sure it's got to be getting late by you, so I'm sure you want to go home, so we can be done.
No, for me it's okay. I'm working until 10 o'clock. It's not an issue. We are here to answer, but it goes fast because you guys are familiar with the machine, so it was much easier for me.
I got one quick question.
Yep.
What parameters for sensing moisture in the membrane vacuum pump?
It's not a parameter. The controller is sensing, is getting information about the vacuum inside the chamber, and he is expecting the vacuum the pressure go down and down and down. Once he see that the movement is slow or there is no movement in the way down, so he understands that something is wrong and there is water.
Sure. What is sensing that, the board?
Say again?
What's sensing that, the board or the pressure step?
The pressure transducer. It's the information about the pressure inside the chamber, you know.
I'll just say that because on the diagram it looked like it went a different way.
Like, you know what the pressure transducer is? This
Yes.
one? 1 second. Pressure transducer, can you see it?
Not yet. But,
You see the machine?
machine now.
Here, this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is the pressure transducer, the 4 to 20 milliamp.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Perfect, yes.
It is written on it.
Okay. Anybody else?
You see this one? See 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you see this one is hidden here
Yes.
with a needle valve. This is the one which is automatic connection, connecting automatic water here. If in case you're using the automatic filling water.
Right.
Here. This one,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
it's straight to it, connected to it, to this valve.
Okay.
Then there is a needle valve. Why? Because the time that the water comes, sometimes after you installing, maybe you have to adjust it. Because we don't know what is the pressure of the water in the line. Sometimes it's too high, so then the water comes and it will overflow.
Right.
Sometimes it's too low, so you have to open it a little bit and then increase the flow. Questions?
That's to figure it out.
Yeah, that's it. We're good. Yeah. No.
We just need those diagrams, and I think we're all good.
What do you mean? The presentation and in the manual you have the diagram, by the way. In the manual,
Okay.
1 second. You see the technical manual?
Steve, can you click on it?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
It's all there. I will also place it there, and then you can see.
Right, which I believe I already have this, or a
Yes,
copy.
yes, you have it.
I have a
It's
copy
all
of it.
the parts, and also, of course, here is the diagram, the piping diagram, electrical drawing.
You don't even have to send them then, because I've already got that. I've already got that. What?
Is it on the screen?
No, I'll send you guys a copy.
All right, yeah.
See?
That's not the revised
Perfect.
edition, is it?
I don't think the one that I have is revised or the last one. Is this the last version on this? Because
Yes, yes, this is the last version. I will send it to you just in case, but I prefer you to get it from by the marketing, your marketing, because maybe it's everything designed for you, the US, with the parameter and program name, etc., etc. But if you want it only for using this for the piping diagram and the electrical drawing, etc., so then it's the same, makes no difference.
Okay, it works.
Send
All right.
it.
I believe we're all good, and thank you. It was very informative. And maybe it's something we can maybe discuss at one point in time, making, and every once in a while, having another training.
Yes, yes. Once in a while, if you have any question, you can just, or you need more something specific procedure to go for it or things like that, particularly for the class S and B between me and you, Jerry, will have to know how to do it, how to decide, get decisions. But also for you guys, if you have a question, first you can whenever you like, you can contact me or Jerry, and then we will answer you, provide the information. We are here just for supporting you. This is our future, this machine. So we hope that you will success there with the sales and with the support, because really this is our future.
Yes.
So we are here to provide any information you need anytime.
Okay.
You're welcome, and I hope that coronavirus will finish, and then we will come to visit you there. I miss Long Island for a long time.
Okay. It's been a while here, right?
I miss the Big Apple. I miss everything. I miss the. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, Maimon.
Okay. Bye, gentlemen. See you. Pleasure to
Yeah.
meet you. Bye. Bye.
Take care.
You gotta click this off.
Jerry, send me the link for the movie, for the record, okay? Because they want to see it, they want to
Sure.
improve it.
I'll let my know to send that to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang up thing right there, the red top.